I wonder if I'm seeing me.
Before I do this all the way, with all due
Right.
respect,
I know I'm about to mess this up.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got two Tunis of my own, I don't need a gat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that, you gonna have to go through both. That swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gift.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? And you're now tuning into the best podcast in the land when it comes to talking about combat sports. Because you're here with your boy TKO. And this is the knockout hour. This is another Monday. I'm excited to be here with you guys. Thank you for everybody that has returned after being, oh man, the best fans I could possibly ever imagine. We appreciate you guys every week for tuning in to us and being here to talk about some combat sports. Right now, I'm flying solo tonight. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. But again, I'm going to address who I am for the people in the back of the room that can't hear me. I am the notorious one, the biggest one, TKO for sure. And I just wanted to make sure you knew that. So, one thing I am as a professional wrestler, I'm also a father. I have three beautiful daughters. I'm a husband to my wife. I love you, baby. She's actually going to bring me a Sprite in a couple minutes because I'm thirsty. We got to get something to drink before we got on here. But and then also, uh, man, I'm really a devoted to this wrestling business as being an owner of Icon Professional Wrestling. We will have matches up, and also the show will be up. We got everything edited. Got commentary that's dope. So it'd be our first one we ever had for people to go out there, go check it out. I'm very proud of my product as I am of my talent. Um, in this business, I think it's one thing I've heard in the game, and they say is either to make friends or make money, you know. And that kind of conflicts a lot of people sometimes in our business because what's really the purpose of what you do? You know, do you do your matches for the boys, which is always cool because we always want to push each other and the ladies as well. Always try to push each other to the next level because the more you step your game, the more I can bring mine to the next level, right? I think a lot of people can agree on that, even in our regular lives, you know. Um, However, when it comes to that, I always try to make sure that uh, business is always comes first in this game for me. So as a performer, I do the best I can to try to always catch the attention of the people in the crowd. You know, someone like myself, when I'm in the ring, uh, you know, I'm locked in, I'm zoned in because to me, all I think about is the win. That's all I think about. And I'm fortunate, you know, to be able to have a company. Thank you, baby. That's my wife. And so she over here making some chicken tacos tonight. I appreciate her because the brother hungry. So I can't wait, you know, to get ready to lock into some Monday Night Raw and all that good stuff tonight. We got some information about the show. Um, but yeah, very, very fortunate to be able to be an owner and try to again make sure that I get my company to the highest level I possibly can. Because again, my passion has always been professional wrestling. Uh, I just know that what I go out there and produce is some of the best talent you have ever seen on camera, and you guys and ladies will be able to get the opportunity to be able to see Icon Professional Wrestling year 3 anniversary, and I'm very proud of my company. But anyway, I know a lot of people that's been here before. We already know the routine. And for the new folks, we like to be able to go over our week, as in what we do in our normal lives. And for me, I like to say, you know, if we did say last week, but we hope everybody had a great holidays when it came down to Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed your family, got plenty of food. Um, as for me, it's cool that again, I love the family aspect the most. I'm not the biggest of guys, so when it comes to food, I still eat pretty clean, and yet, I well enough. So I'm very blessed to have spent uh, that time with my family is the most important thing for me because I've always been a big guy with family. My cousins, I love them very much. My sister wasn't able to be with us. Been going through some things medically, and just want to pray for her. Uh, love you, Shell, and I hope you get better. Hope everything's all right. Just but yeah, my grandparents passed away within the past 5 years. My grandfather, then my grandmother. As of this point, 2 years ago, preceded him in death, and you know, everybody lose people in life, and so it was really hard to deal with, especially at the beginning of my wrestling career because I've been wrestling 6 years, and my grandfather he passed away at the beginning of it, like shortly after I started, and it took a toll on me to really get over that. And then yet, when my grandma passed away too, I just think about all the great times we had. I'm glad that she's up there now. What the love of her life. That's one thing I really loved about their marriage is they stood solid all the way to the end. And I got to hear the great stories of their love, of how much he used to come down to visit her, and how much she used to say that's her man and all that stuff. I think that's the most beautiful thing in the world is seeing a happy marriage through thick and thin like they did. And I just pray me and my wife had the same um, uh, life too, as well. That we be able to lead this plane of earth to go on to the next level together. Always to the end, and that's my plan. And God willing, and God intended, that's what's going to happen. Because I love my woman. But when it came down to Thanksgiving, just got like I just can't say it enough. I love my family, and I'm glad I got to see them again. We're one of those families where when we come together, it's the greatest of times, because we have to realize in this life that we live, it's more about the moments, and everything that a family goes through shouldn't just always be out there to be negative. We all got situations. I can't say that anyone's better than anyone else in this earth because they're not. However, as a family and spending time, that's what you do, man. You just put all that stuff to the side and enjoy each other's company. And, that's all families. So I'm glad that everything went smooth as always with the Island Garrison clan for me. And we just want to thank you guys for tuning in after the holidays. I hope you got a lot of shopping done, especially we got Christmas coming up. That leads me to something really quick that with Icon Professional Wrestling, we have had the pleasure of working with the local Popeyes um, Popeyes restaurants here in Alamance County. And we've been doing efforts with them, doing a back to school drive. And now we're in the holiday seasons, and we know a lot of people out there are homeless and or doesn't have a lot during these times, especially with the cold weather. It's really been picking up down here. So we've been doing a canned food drive and a coat donation. So if you guys got any unused coats, or you got any non-perishable foods, please head down to your local Popeyes in Alamance County, North Carolina. We have one in Graham, North Carolina, and we also have another one on Huffman Mill Road in Burlington, North Carolina. Those two people, if you go in there should be boxes where you can be able to, again, just be able to give to people the less fortunate throughout these holidays. I know we always try to look out for the savings for our kids and our families, but let's also think about and forget about the ones that's not so fortunate during this time of year, especially, for a lot of people that have families and stuff. So I would just like to put that out there. Please go by and stop by the local Popeyes and Graham in Burlington, North Carolina. Please be able to give. You can also donate because what we try to do is, again, be involved in the community and try to help everybody out as much as possible. So don't forget that. And yes, we extended it out. I think the date this time now is going to be December the 20th. So we can able to get some people those materials and be able to make sure they have our Merry Christmas coming up and also have a good New Year starting off. All right. So Other than that, just been chilling, just chilling, doing my regular jobs I like to do. But yeah, man, life's been good. Just got to play Fortnite. So for a lot of you people out here that's listening, if you like Fortnite, it's okay. I ain't got no problem. I can't complain. I'd like to do it with the little family time I have with my kids and my wife. We all jump on our systems in the house. I got a PS5, and yeah, man, I love video gaming, and Fortnite's pretty dope, man. So if you see me on there, on Twitch or something, don't be alarmed. Yes, I'm having a good time. If I use bad language again, I'm not excusing myself. I'm playing a game, okay? We ain't perfect, all right? So if I get excited, you're gonna hear some things that yeah, I bet y'all all been kind of wonder like when's it gonna talk like this? Not on here. My kids is watching, fool. So no, I can't talk like that on here, but yeah, man, I do it definitely on when I'm video gaming. I like to have a good time. So yeah, man. Um, if you ever see me on there, you see Fortnite, that is me. Don't be alarmed. All right. It's yeah, just hit me up if you want to play against me in NC was it college football 25. If you want to get, good game experience against your boy, hit me up. I'm pretty nice at it. All right. So enough about me. Let's get to the stuff for a lot of you reason. The big reason a lot of you are out there to listen to, and that's me butchering a lot of names. And I swear, no, I'm horrible at it, naming names and stuff. But when it comes down to it, we're gonna get down to the MMA and boxing talk. So I like to do these segments on this show because we like to just give a couple of news information that again that you see out there, but we'd like to inform you what's going on in the fight game. And so we're gonna start out with boxing. And we got David Benavidez. He says, if Canelo doesn't want to fight me, I don't care. So I wrote that because it was a headline, and I wanted to go on my own a little path here with this right here. So for several years, I see that Canelo has what people would say is ducking Benavidez. I don't see it that way. I had to really look at the career of someone like Floyd Mayweather. Now, Floyd biggest bugaboo that everybody tried to say about his career was that he didn't fight Manny Pacquiao at the right time. But the real question is on whose time? Now, this man has won multiple championships. He's made millions of dollars. I think the man knows when it's the right time to fight somebody. So when people say somebody's ducking, let's make this very clear. This is all a professional business. It's about making money. So you're going to do whatever it takes to make the most money at the best time for you, right? So regardless if you hate Floyd Money Mayweather or not, I'm one of those ones. I like the guy because, again, it's about the business. That's all it's about. The fight game is all about the business because the purpose of us in our sports that we compete in is to raise the level of expectations that you guys have and to keep exceeding that so you don't know what's going to happen next because the excitement creates dollars. When you get the clicks on Facebook and all these social media social media sites, that's what these companies work for. That's why they build these moments. Like you have John Jones with the spin heel kick to Stipe Miocic, right? That is money. So when John Jones is saying that he wants to pick his next opponent, he's absolutely correct because he don't have time in his years of being a professional in the sport to keep going off of what people want or expect from him. He got to look at what's best for him financially. That's what this game is about. All right. Don't get it twisted. So I think with Benavidez, okay, who did that really benefit? Let's say, again, we're playing devil's advocate on this. Canelo gets beat by Benavidez, right? Okay, so who in this case comes up? Benavidez. So for Canelo, with his illustrious career, a great champion, probably go as a Hall of Famer, definitely first ballot. Honestly, he really is. I don't care what people want to say about the guy, but he only has one loss, and that's to Floyd Mayweather. Again, the head movement, the experience. You crazy to think that Floyd would have fought Canelo at the end of the rematch. There's no way. Why? Because there's nothing for Canelo to gain out of this. If it was about the dollars, he done sold more with doing less. All right. So I think people have to realize, and Benavidez is probably at that point in his career, chasing that dragon. In this case, Canelo is going to keep chasing that. You're not going to meet the expectation of where you want it to be. It's all about timing and what's right for, again, that person's career. And for Canelo, there's no reason to fight him. Absolutely no reason. So I think that we will not probably see that fight. I will be surprised if we did. And that only way I can see that possibly having is Canelo lose somewhere before this or something. If he loses, which I doubt it, he'll go out probably without another loss. But if he were to lose before something like that could really be talked up, then I can see it, but I doubt it. Yeah. All right, long day. All right, so December 21st in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on the Zone pay-per-view. We got a title fight. We've been saying this for months. Now we're getting down to weeks because on the 21st, you're going to have Tyson Fury versus Usyk, and it's going to be a 12-round fight for Usyk's undisputed heavyweight championship. All right. So for the folks that says boxing don't put on the big fights, here you go. Here's your one. If you're not accustomed to these two gentlemen right here, which would be very hard, we have to understand that when it comes to fighting, people all over the world have representation. So I wish and that a lot of people take more time to expand their horizon of what they normally watch and start looking at other countries of how they build their sales. And again, when it comes to their fighting styles, like you got Khabib in UFC, one of the most unstoppable people of all time in UFC. So when it comes to Usyk and Fury, a lot of people don't know much about Fury, especially a lot don't know about Usyk. Go check the guys out, man. I'm pretty sure they got 24/7 and all that good stuff on HBO, all that Showtime. Possibly at this point, check out the Zone. But those two guys right here definitely deserve a rematch after the first one. That was a hell of a match on the first one, and I think we're going to have another repeat performance. We'll wait to get closer to this matchup right here. We got probably 2 more weeks before we out from that. So I'll probably, again, be able to throw my prediction out there for this fight. But I think it's going to be another, as Jim Ross would like to say, is going to be a slobber knocker. I think it's going to be a good fight right there. And then I've heard talks that Usyk is, let's say, win or lose, I think I've heard him say, or from his camp, that he's going to drop back down to cruiserweight, which would be around the division where Terrence Crawford is, which I think would be an awesome fight. So we'll just see how that works out. All right, now February the 1st, Las Vegas, the PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. Title fight, we got David Benavidez versus David Morales Jr. We had 12 round for Benavidez WBC interim light heavyweight title, and Morales WBA light heavyweight title. So speaking of Benavidez, there you get it. So he has a fight coming up in the new year, February the 1st, in the month of love. That is because of Valentine's Day. So we're going to fight on Prime pay-per-view. Prime Video, excuse me. And Prime does a good job with theirs. At least they're not like Amazon right now. So we'll see, because Amazon, y'all better hurry up when it comes to NFL games and all that. You better quit playing. You can't be messing with my football now. Especially I've been doing pretty good on my picks for the NFL. Not too good on college. On Saturday's show, That is Get Money Sports, where we got several guys. The main host of the shows are DC. We got D Minus. We got King Kunta. And then you got special guests like myself. We got the Hawk and got the Sheriff and several other guys. So if y'all ain't doing it on Saturdays, y'all want to tune in about some good old sports talk. I know you ladies and gentlemen would love that. Tune in on Saturdays, and that'll be every Saturday. Get Money Sports, and it'll be from 10 to noon. All right, check us out. But so that's gonna be we got some more boxing news. This will be the last thing I got on boxing, and it's on March the 1st in Las Vegas at the PBC pay-per-view on Prime Video. We got to try to fight with Javante Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. And it's been a 12 round for Javante Tank Davis' WBA lightweight title. And it's on March the 1st. If you ain't heard the first time, but you heard me now. So get ready to tune into that. I like me some Javante Tank Davis, but we'll see what my man Lamont Roach got. I'm gonna have to go check out some videos on him. All right, so we're going to go into the MMA talks, and we're going to touch back on the subject we talked about last week, but it came to Conor McGregor. As everybody knows from last week, if you don't, that Conor McGregor was found guilty for sexual assault. Sexual assault, yes, on verdict. So it says right here, we got some news that's saying companies drop Conor McGregor after sexual assault verdict. Conor McGregor will no longer be the face of Irish whiskey brand Proper Number 12 after he was found liable in a sexual assault case last week in Dublin, Ireland. All right, so Proper Number 12, which McGregor helped found in 2018, told the Irish Independent on Tuesday it will no longer be associated with the former UFC champion. McGregor sold his stake in Proper Number 12 in 2021, but continues as the public face of the brand. All right. So for those out there, pretty much breaking that down is that he pretty much cashed out his money before all of this even happened, probably because he knew he was going into this lawsuit and money was going to come out, which I don't even think she really got broke off as much as she probably should have, because I think, that is disgusting act by him with that sexual assault, what he done to that woman. If a verdict of your peers determine you're guilty, man, I'm just going by what they put out there. But I would say, man, I hope you really do go find some help and try to become a better person, because that's not cool at all. Yeah, that's because I don't like people taking advantage of someone. It's one thing, like again, being a fighter, when you're in a combat sport and you're in that element, by all means, it's different. You got to push it to the limit. But when you're dealing with somebody outside of that, and let's say your civilian life, if you want to put it that way, you got to live inside of the rules and confines of life, because again, everybody doesn't live the life that we choose to live. We are part of this community and everyone on this planet Earth. So we got to learn that, again, you can't impose yourself in every element of your life. There's moments and times for that. However, in no way at all you should do that in any type of encounter with especially any women or men out there sexually. Do not, come on, guys. That's please go find help and pray on that, because that's just, gotta stop doing that, guys. Gotta stop doing that. Gotta be better people, all right? So, and then we got on December the 14th in Tampa Bay, Florida. It's going to be on ESPN2. We got Kobe Covington versus Jaquan Buckley. I like this fight. I like this. I like it. I have to wrestle that night, but I'm going to definitely try to tune in tonight. I got wrestling in Raleigh that day. But yes, definitely tune in to see that one. That's going to be a good one. But it's a welterweight main event fight. And this is Buckley is a young up-and-comer. And yeah, man, can this be his night to make a statement? I think so. I've seen this guy years back, especially during COVID era of the UFC. The dude is money, dog. I really think that he can really show up and show out. I'm going to say this, though. Kobe Covington is a very, very clever veteran. He has knockout power, very skilled I like him a lot. He is super tough to beat. He is a dude that just you got to put him down, when it comes to trying to win against him. So can Buckley really show up as a young hot stepper and put the pedal to the metal and win? I don't know. I really don't. But I do like this opportunity for him. Shout out to USC on this fight. I think this is a good one for both of these guys. So, and let's be realistic. Another question would be is, let's say if Kobe loses, let's just say that, right? Let's say if Kobe loses. Is this possibly the end of Kobe Covington? Are we getting to that point now? Because we all know you only as good as your wins sometimes. And in this profession, that's pretty much what it is because it's the fight game. Because again, nobody's trying to pay to see nobody lose. So would this be the end of one and the start to another? Or will it be that the veteran still got plenty left in the tank to finish the job? I think that's a good question. Oh, okay, so we have a comment by Sandra. Thank you for the comment. And so let's read this out here. It said, I wonder how you feel having daughters about the McGregor fiasco. He needs to go to prison, in my opinion. And I do agree. I absolutely agree. You are absolutely right. Thank you for that. Yes, because like I said, I despise people that tries to take advantage of people, again, in any sexual matter. That's ridiculous. And I hate that he did not get that punishment because he deserves that. And that's why I was saying earlier, it sucks that by his peers and what the court determined, that's all he got. And that's the things I can only again report. And I really hate, and I think it's disgusting that the money that she received, it should be endless amounts of money because you cannot take that back from somebody, the experience of someone doing that to you. So yeah. And that's why I say sometimes too, some people, like when I said counseling, I also said prayer because some of these people have never understood how it is to be humble. And personally, someone like him, knowing how much of a person he is in society, of course he should be in prison. They definitely should have locked him up. But I just sometimes that's what the justice system is. We don't all agree, as again in both of our cases. We definitely agree on the statement, yes. But to say like our justice system, that's what they found just, and I don't definitely think it's enough. You're absolutely right. So I appreciate your comment and thank you for that because yes, I despise that. Like even here on the show, we do not support Connor at all because like I was stating on here, and I find that weird that he already took this money out years ago, and we know how court cases work. It takes time, so that means you knew what you were doing, man. That's the worst part. But again, sometimes that's how the system works, man. It's not always fair, just at all. So we appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so that's the latest news we have on the MMA. Stick tuned. They don't have any cards that we've seen on there recently that looks like one of those things where it really sticks out, in my opinion. No disrespect at all, fighters, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that was the big thing that really stuck out to me on this short week that we had going on because, Thanksgiving and all that fun stuff. We had some little bit of time to relax. All right, so we're going to get to the Monday Night Raw segment here for WWE. We're going to start out with some information and what the results were and some of my opinions and thoughts. Again, like owning a company, you kind of vicariously look at other talent and see how they're progressing, what stories they're doing, what you can rehash. I'm going to be realistic in wrestling. A lot of times there's nothing new in wrestling. It's more or less how you be an innovator, your charisma, all that good stuff. You kind of put it all together and make it kind of work for you. And as a promoter, you kind of do the same. You kind of establish a foundation of where you want to grow your product. So there's multiple ways you could do that. But I would say that, everybody has their opinions. Again, That's why God gave us eyes and ears. So, what's up, Brandon? How you doing, big dog? Man, appreciate you. And I sent you a text back, and I just thank you, man, for the holiday wishes, man. Again for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. I hope y'all doing well, and I appreciate you, man, reaching out to me. Thank you, brother. Thank you for watching the show. All right, so we're gonna get into some of these matches on Monday Night Raw. We had Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, and they went against American Made. And your winners of this match was American Made. American Made is now made up. I finally got the name. Hopefully, going forward every week, I'll remind myself to make a note of what their name is. But that is Chad Gable, the Creed brothers, and Ivy Now. That is American Made. I think I seen a clip where my man Chad Gable was slapping them up, trying to, get them turned up. I really like Chad Gable's role here. He reminds me of Kurt Angle. Despite the size differential, of course, Kurt's a little bit taller and all that good stuff. But it doesn't take away the story of where they get into and why. These guys are wrestlers, they're gold medalists or medalists, I think, in the Olympics. So I think it's cool that they actually gave Chad Gable this opportunity, especially where they lost Jason Jordan a couple years back. I like that kid too, man. But he's been a good producer in the back. But it's good that they're giving Chad Gable more to do and more labels. Appreciate you, bro. So, but man, they got the win over Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. I think a lot of people, I've heard this thing out there on the streets when it comes to the social medias, but they were saying how Dragon Lee is kind of like sort of the replacement for Rey Mysterio once Rey retires. Only time will tell. Can't say you're in there at this point. I would just say, hey, we'll figure it out when we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But right now, let's enjoy someone for who they are instead of trying to compare them and diminish their hard work. I think that's a big problem I see a lot of times in wrestling and or a lot of things. Comparisons, ladies and gentlemen, when people compete with everything they have inside of them and being told that they are like this or that, it's kind of like it kind of devalues again. Like I think I clearly just said it. I think it devalues what you do because now you're not looking to see the difference in me or better just appreciate for what I am. You try to look too much on what someone's already done and try to compare it. I don't like that. But yeah, just let Dragon Lee carve his own path. And at the end of the day, he can only do what Dragon Lee do. He can't be Rey Mysterio. He can only be the one Dragon Lee. So we'll figure that out. So we got an Intercontinental Championship match between Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser because the week before that, you had Braun Breaker putting his title up against Sheamus and Ludwig interfered. So now Ludwig got the opportunity to go against Braun Breaker, and there was a DQ because why? Sheamus came out there. So they were Braun on the stage, and then Adam Pearce. See, now I don't like Adam Pearce as a general manager. He's just too excited. Like, all that heavy breathing and stuff, and like, bro, why are you so turned up all the time? But like overacting. But anyway, he announces that they're going to have a triple threat match at the past Survivor Series this past Saturday. I hope y'all watched it. I definitely did. I got time to watch it when I got home from work. I had a good time. But Ludwig Kaiser got the win by DQ because Sheamus, of course, interrupted, and that's what went down. So, yeah, your champion is still Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion. So we got the World Tag Team Championship match between the Viking Raiders and your champions, Finn Balor and JD McDonough from the Judgment Day. And your winners and still champions is the team of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. So we got the New Day, and they went against the Alpha Academy. Now, again, this is one of the things I've seen that Xavier is really trying to again go with this, possibly turning on Kofi. It is irritating. Like just do something with this, get it over with. It's just boring and it's stupid. Like, uh, it just I'd rather see something. This is really dumb. But they lost to Alpha Academy to again create more distinction. We did notice that they was wearing the Goku outfit and a Samasu outfit, Black Goku, for those who don't know Samasu. But I was like, yo, that's dope. I like how they did that because again, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, I'm a big fan. I took out my Dragon Ball do-rag a couple minutes ago. But yeah, man. I think that they're just again setting up the differences for them again being possibly turning on each other, and we'll see what happens. But good news, guys, is you can tune in tonight because tonight on Monday Night Raw, they're doing a 10th year celebration for the New Day. What a surprise. So after all this, they're still going to celebrate and go get some of them booty old sales with their cereal, you know. But we'll see what's going to happen tonight. We'll just check out and see. Who knows? But stay tuned, everybody. The New Day is going to have a 10th year celebration tonight. So appreciate that. Perfect timing. So we got a question here. It says, what you think about WWE new 5 signees, bro? They're high. They always need a drink. I like the signees from WWE. Appreciate the question. Yeah, I know a new guy. Like the WWE ID has been very great to a lot of young talent out here, like rapidly. You know, they do have a new class. One of the new classes brought in another Samoan into the WWE. So the bloodline is going to get really, really long. And yeah, we'll see how that takes off. But I do think that the WWE is doing a great job with hiring people that at times they'll hire people that got some years of experience and been tearing it up in their parts of the world. I like that. A lot of the signings they got going to NXT, and they're really just trying to work the style of knowing the cameras, and they really are working very well with the young talent. And I think that's important for a lot of companies to grow. Your wrestlers need to be consistently training to the maximum ability. I know that normally when it's warm, I wouldn't say this past year, but years before, when I'm really deep into getting better every single time I get in that ring, and I had the freedom at that point to go out and be able to do that in training. Man, I enjoyed it because every session, some days I may not be feeling it, but we'll push each other to the limit. Because think about this: when the match gets the match gets long and you at the end of it, heck, like Ric Flair went years where he was going hour matches, you know what I'm saying? Night after night. You got to be able to swim in those deep waters, man. And I think that it's great that WWE is bringing in a lot of young talent that's excited, that's coachable, and they are really flourishing. And I think they're going to do a good job with the next 5, and it's several other ones too, I think, as well. But yeah, I think they're going to do a good job, and I appreciate that question, Big Dog. Thank you for that. All right, and then so we got a match for the women's War Games Advantage match. In this case, we had one half of the women's World Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair, and she went against the WWE Women's Champion, Nia Jax, and your winner was Bianca Belair. So that means this previous Monday, again, all this already happened when it comes down to Survivor Series, but they gave Bianca's team the advantage of having the first person to enter after they've been locked inside of a cage. If you know the rules of War Games, we'll go over that on the segment of Survivor Series. So then we're going to skip NXT this week, and we're going to go to last part about Monday Night Raw. I didn't mean to leave this out, but we also had Adam Pearce come out, and they made the announcement for the first ever WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Oh, I think that's dope. That is really dope, man. It's a beautiful belt. I think it's nice. I think that is something that WWE is again pushing the talent to keep going. There's goals to obtain. Now they can really flourish with the putting in a lot of new talent on TV. I love it a lot. Great, great. So before we get into SmackDown, let's see right here. It says, got another question right here. It says, Jordan Grace, Ricky Starks, Penta, and a couple others I forgot is coming in 2025. Also, is it true that Triple H is leaving in 2025? Have you heard? Okay. So yeah, that all could be speculation because again, the thing I don't we can let's say play fantasy booking about Jordan Grace. I'm pretty sure with our contracts up, she's more than likely going to join. Ricky Starks, we don't know how long he signed. That's the only part. And they could probably try to extend him out to try to hold him back from leaving because you know that everybody knows once his contract is up, he's leaving. Penta, yeah, that was another one where they just tacked on his injuries with that one. So they're holding that contract. So yeah, there's a lot of others. However, at this moment, until it kind of hits our radar, you know, it's official. It's just a bunch of rumor. However, very strong rumors, but it's just a bunch of rumors at this point. It's just like the Triple H question. He hasn't indicated and or said anything publicly, and I think that's what that dirt sheets a lot of times it sucks because even that is to be true, allow it to be where he's saying it on his own terms instead of we deep dive instead of allowing somebody to have that moment. These things are special to people, you know, especially like retiring from this business. But imagine if he was to leave after all the hard work he has done lately to get this company to a certain level. I mean, that's his own personal choice. But for it to just be rumors, that's one of those things. Again, the internet just put things out there. It's more of like for me, I don't know at all. I haven't heard anything, and I at this point I doubt it because I don't see that. Why would that be a reason he would have to leave? I don't see that. If it ain't medical, I don't think he's leaving. All right. Thank you for that question right there. So we're going to go into Friday Night SmackDown. So we got a first match. We got Andrade versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I actually like Shinsuke coming back the way he has looked. It's pretty dope. It's real personal the way they changed his character. I like it a lot. It fits him a lot. I do see him as like a samurai that lost his way and he's out for revenge or blood or something, you know. I like that a lot, man. WWE did a really good job with Shinsuke's return. Pretty sure that when it comes back to Papa H at this point, he's allowing these stars to really live out what they're able to do instead of what they're making them do. And I think that's important when you're at a company like that to listen to your talent. So then we got Carmelo Hayes. He went against Cody Rhodes. This stemmed back to 2 weeks ago where Carmelo Hayes had some words for Cody saying that all this stuff is happening because of himself. Yeah. Yeah. Very true. So we're going to move on from that. We got the U.S. women's title tournament match. You got to remember, guys, this is the first time ever we had a WWE women's United States women's championship. So they got a tournament for again, they're doing qualifiers, and now we're down to the matches of Michin, Piper Niven, and Lash Legend. And your winner is Michin, and she moves on to the tournament. And then we had the match for the advantage, just like the women's War Game match. The men had one, and that's between again the War Games match was and is and was nice as you know what. It was good, really good match. But you had Jay Uso representing the OG bloodline. You had Jacob Fatu representing the bloodline. I don't know what they want to kind of deviate from that, but we're just going to call it that. So your winner of that match was Jacob Fatu. Love Jacob Fatu. I think he's on the wrong side because the cool side. I like Roman a lot. I think Roman has really changed wrestling. In my opinion, he's probably one of the greatest of all time. One of the greatest. I'm going to state that. I would say top 3 because I've never seen people rise to their feet and just like he elevates wrestling. He's really beyond the title. And that's what I love about Roman. This whole story has nothing to do with a belt at all. He had not talked about this championship at all. He has talked about his family and the leadership you know. And think about that, guys. It's really deep that without him putting in all this work of going through the beatings in order to establish, let's be realistic, these nice, super nice contracts that they're getting, the money they're able to take care of their family with now, you got to realize who had to make that possible? Roman. So the bloodline, it goes deeper than just wrestling, man. It's the truth. And I like that little thing they did on Peacock when Roman was speaking the truth, how much he loves his cousins, how much he has sacrificed for them. He is absolutely right. Because ever since, they really taken off and now they're outside the tag team realm, they're really like just killing it. They really are. The characters are developing more. And again, look at Jay. We'll get into that on Survivor Series. Let's keep moving on. But it got down to Jacob won the match. And so you had the bloodline and the OG bloodline out there standing toe to toe. And they were just saying pretty much they're going to die. I mean, if they don't get a fifth member, they're going to die. Survivor Series. I think that was a little too climactic. Paul Heyman out of nowhere comes out front to back. His return. Everybody could lose their mind. Even me, because that was dope. I'm really glad Paulie came back. Good timing. Then he announced that he does have a fifth member for War Games for Roman. He had to pull some strings and pull some favors. Ladies and gentlemen, he brings out the one and only CM Punk, which was a huge surprise. Very huge surprise, man. I like WWE. Another good job. Very good. I like it. It was something different, man. Cool. And so that rolls right into Survivor Series. All right. But really quick, we don't have an update on Jay Cargill, but we'll keep it posted. We'll find out some real information. People may be right. Again, Brandon, this goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. A lot of times we got to kind of allow things to manifest and let people, again, these are performers. If they have an issue going on in their life and their world, allow them time to deal with it, because in today's news, it sucks to feel like if I'm going through something, I have to let everybody know. Sometimes, man, they could just be dealing with something. So let's just hopefully say that Jade is doing well. We always gonna say that here on the Knockout Hour, but we'll just wait for some information. So not gonna report anything. Haven't heard anything concrete, so I'm not gonna say anything at all. All right. So we got the WWE Survivor Series from Vancouver, Canada. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with the first match of the evening. It was the women's war game match, and your winner was Naomi, Bianca Rio, Io Sky, and Io Shirai, and no, it's Io Sky. Yeah. And then you got Bailey. Big moments out of this match. Rhea's ripcord, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, she hit it, Liv Morgan through the table while Raquel was handcuffed to the top rope. I thought it was funny. Rhea is one of those mega stars too, man. She is really like beyond the level of the average female wrestler in that company right now. She is really good. Like she reminds you of like a China almost, where she should be wrestling dudes. She's just that good. Her expressions, the way she works, she gets it. She really is like $1 million star. I like her a lot. But shout out to them on the victory. We got the United States Championship match between champion at the time was LA Knight, but he lost to Shinsuke Nakamura, which was a complete shock to me. If I were doing a prediction, that wouldn't have been that one. I do understand why they did it. If they built Shinsuke to do this fast and the time he attacked them, then I can see where they're going. Do I see LA Knight getting the title back? Not right now. I don't think we're going to be nowhere near that no time soon. That's just my opinion. So let's see. But shout out to Shinsuke. That was a very, very surprising match. It actually made me pay attention. Small cliff notes. LA Knight dropped the belt before he got in the actual ring. That was a little sign. The announcer Corey Graves pointed that out. So something to me when sometimes you guys got to pay attention to, the little things when you're watching the product. And I thought that really kind of was alarming too. Kind of seemed like if anything, maybe fear, that could be very possible. But yeah, man, shout out to Shinsuke Nakamura on the win. And then we got the WWE Intercontinental Championship match between these three gentlemen in a triple threat. It was Braun Breaker, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. And your winner is still champion Braun Breaker. And for the dogs out there, because I'm one of those, man, I'm a dog myself, man, when it comes to Braun Breaker. You know what I mean? Because I was a big fan of his dad, Rick Steiner. And especially everybody know I love me some Scott Steiner, man. I love it. I love the Steiner family. But shout out to the dog right there himself, Braun Breaker, as he retained his title. Then we got to a pretty good match. I think it told a lot of story, a lot of depth. It was pretty good. We had a world heavyweight championship match between your champion Gunther versus Damian Priest, and your winner is still champ Gunther, after the fact that Gunther laid a smackdown on him, on Damian Priest, that is. He worked the left arm and controlled that the whole match. And then out of nowhere, here comes Finn Balor to ruin it again for Damian Priest, opportunity for him to really overcome and win. I did see some video they show in the background that Damian Priest was piecing up Finn Balor in the back after that match. So, you know, maybe just tune in. I think this probably just really ignited a huge fire deep inside Damian Priest. More and more and more abuse just keeps coming to him from the Judgment Day, and I think he's finally ready to turn around and lay some damage to those fools. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a Judgment Day guy. I like Damian Priest. He's really starting to grow on me as a fan. I'm really enjoying it. And then we had the new bloodline versus the OG bloodline and CM Punk. And your winners, my man and the boys, Roman Reigns, the OG bloodline, and it's CM Punk. Man, what a good match. The time, the pacing, the difference in the War Games. Because here's my opinion. I have nothing against women having a War Games match. I just personally don't like how they built the women's War Games match. I would have liked it to have been a traditional 5-on-5 women's match like Survivor Series normally is. I don't like the War Games being always tied to it. In my opinion, they should take War Games away from Survivor Series, make it its own, like Hell in a Cell. I think you shouldn't combine the two. It takes away from the traditional style, which I enjoy. We shouldn't just have it War Games is this every time and you try to rush stories, because I said it weeks ago. I feel like they rush stories to have that match and it wasn't needed. I don't think as a fan it has to always be, and well, they're having it, we gotta have it. No, it's if it meant to be. You don't see a Hell in a Cell show with every single match is in Hell in a Cell, and it still wouldn't require that if the show was called Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see every match be there. Unless you have the most hottest angles ever to touch wrestling right now, and everybody's just on fire. I don't see that. So yeah, I don't understand that. That's like if you have eliminator chase, I think that always should be two. It's certain ones I just be like, it's not necessary. Money in the Bank, yes. Some I just think sometimes you shouldn't have to always have the two. And I think this story didn't do that for me, especially with being Survivor Series. Like the tradition. It's like the Thanksgiving of old. But I would say the men's match, several people got hurt. I heard Bronson Reed hurt his ankle. I heard Jay broke a toe on that dive at the end. But really good storytelling. Paul Heyman at the end. CM Punk was in his ear. Well, not whisper. He said it pretty loud to make sure everybody heard it. But that he said, about that favor. When I come to you, I'm gonna need that favor. And he was like, anything you want. So I really enjoyed just the depth and the time they really slow roasting this pig here. You know what I'm saying? And they taking the time to just really make sure everything stays together until it's time to put it on that table and finally serve it to everybody. I think that's what they do a really good job of sometimes. Can it be that we can get another story going at the same time with that much depth? I think so. Very much there. I would like to see, but we'll see what happens because it was so much going on between Roman and CM Punk that I can't wait for it to happen. I think they did a great job with their promo. Very, very movie-ish. I think it was pretty cool. I like that they're trying new things with their product. Very different. That's a good thing for the show. All right. So y'all enjoyed all my good talks and opinions and good little information. If I was helpful for you with your combat news and all that, please like, share, subscribe, and just get your boy numbers up, man. I'm trying to get a deal too. I see. I mean, let's be realistic again. It's all about the business, baby. So yeah, man. But before y'all leave, I want to make sure that y'all guys get the opportunity to know. If you want to reach out to me, you can always reach out to my social medias on Facebook and Instagram at TKO336. You can also appreciate it, Brandon. You can also reach me at Icon Professional Wrestling. That's Icon Pro Wrestling LLC at gmail.com. You can also check out Icon Professional Wrestling on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as well. So go ahead and check those sites out. TKO336 as well on YouTube. Go check out some of my matches. Again, we're about to load up a couple of things on Patreon. That's right, Patreon. I've been working on that. And we're finally about to, again, have the Icon show up there. We have opportunities where you can watch the whole show for a certain price, and or you can watch matches for a certain price. You don't have to watch the whole show if you don't want to. But we encourage you to, because everything is important when it comes to independent wrestling, because all you as viewers spending that, let's say if it's $1, right? You spending that $1 allows this company to really flourish and do more in this community in the ground, North Carolina. Alamance County, you know what I'm saying? So we just want to make sure that we bring you good content. That's what we've been taking our time to really work on. And once it's out there and available, we would love to share it to you guys so you can be able to see us get down in the professional wrestling ring. All right, so I appreciate y'all this week. It was really fun. If you're not doing anything tonight, like I mentioned a couple of moments back about this Monday Night Raw, we're celebrating 10 years celebration for the New Day, which is a hard thing to do in this business, is to be able to have people stay a team and honestly set records and dominate the tag team division as long as they had. And it's only right that we sit there and show love and appreciation for all their hard work in this professional wrestling business. And so if you ain't doing anything, tune into that tonight. That'd be a good watch. If you guys ain't been able to go ahead and put up your Christmas trees, go ahead and take the time to do that. Do it with your family. Make some hot chocolate, put on some Home Alone, sing some old Christmas carols, because my birthday is this month, December 30th. I'll be 38 years old. So I always I kind of pep up a little bit during this time, just seeing smiling faces and people just giving and all those little touching stories warm my little TKO heart. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. Hopefully Snooty and Foxx can be back here with us next week. But I enjoyed you. We appreciate you. And again, if y'all want to reach out and donate for the coat drive and canned food drive, hit us up at Icon Pro. Other than that, we'll catch you back next Monday. We hope you be safe. Tune in to us. We love you guys. And we'll peace, love, and soul grease. See y'all then. Appreciate y'all. We out of here.
What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? I got a TKO on wherever the pool is at. What you looking at, boy? What you looking at? Got 2 Tulies of my own, I don't need a cat. Hold up, no sir. Step into the mic, bring me closer. Sabotage back in the lab, and to stop that you gonna have to go through both. The swole up. Anytime I pull up the bars, I buck up my shoulders and pour the heart. Word to God, my gift.